Hello everybody, welcome to Being an Entrepreneur podcast. So for today's podcast, I would like to just talk a little bit if you're interested in becoming an entrepreneur, or in other words, owning your own business. So there are some pros and cons in being an entrepreneur. Me personally, I'm in human resources, that's my career field, and I would personally not give up a 9 to 5 to be solely an entrepreneur, not until I see financial stability. So I am in the beginning stages and we're not there yet, but the journey has been amazing. Being an entrepreneur does have benefits, but it's also hard. It's not for the faint of heart. You have to put the time in, and it's, to me, I call it project. So me calling it a project, it's more of a fun way of looking at it, because it is in a sense, for me, a project. I'm doing this alongside with volunteering for several nonprofits, as well as being full-time in my nonprofit, Bring Home Foundation, which is great. Currently we have about 4 board members, and it's for a good cause, so I'm very excited. This is something that has been inputted in my head in 2006, but even prior to that, I've always had an emotional reaction when I would see like starving children, or children that are like living in poverty, or children that are like can't even bathe and they're just hungry or starving. And in my personal experience, I've felt hunger. I felt hungry because there's a lot in the back end. It took me 18 years to get my college degree, but within that 18 years has its own story, and that's for another time and day. But for today, I just want to talk about the benefits and cons about being an entrepreneur. So benefits are, you do have flexibility in time. When you want to work, you work around your schedule. If you're a creative person like myself, I'm very creative, like I can't turn it off. And it allows you to express your creativity, which is why I have this YouTube channel, and for many reasons. I grew up, my mother is an immigrant from the Philippines, and we're first generation college students. However, growing up, we didn't have a lot of money. We were on welfare. We had the colored money, and I love going to dollar store. That's my thing. I love, the way I grew up, although we didn't have money, but we were creative in other ways. Like, we would make our own restaurants, we would pretend we were like at McDonald's, or we would play carnival at home. It was just, we had a really great imagination that allowed us to fulfill our childhood experience, and I'm just grateful that we actually had one. My mom sacrificed a lot getting to America, and she has gone through a lot of hardships that I will not disclose at this time. But growing up with not a lot of money, like, we appreciated those dollar menu McDonald's meals after like badminton practice. It was great, and it was just like this big thing that we celebrated. It was amazing. Like, at McDonald's was like our form of celebration. And Chuck E. Cheese, that's another thing. And then our teen years was like the pool hall. So and me and my sisters, we played sports, or were active in school, and that kind of just allowed us to be in groups that either had the same interest, or surrounded around groups that were academically focused, to where they were doing extracurricular activities outside of school. And I'm fortunate that my friends at the time in high school were like the smart ones. So I hung up with the smart ones, but I was like the stupidest one out of the group. So I had to work extra hard to make sure I didn't get bad grades. But that was like a motivator. I didn't want to be the stupid one. But needless to say, if you have a creative mind, and you want to find, so there's 3 reasons to consider owning a business. You either gotta meet a need, a necessity, or solve a problem. So if you come across an idea that meets a need that society may want to purchase, or if there's a necessity, an alternative necessity of coming up with an idea that's current and active in the market, but there's a better alternative version of that product that is created by you, or if you're solving a problem. So if there's a current problem that's occurring in day-to-day like living that you had solved the problem for, then those are some great starters to start with. If you have, again, a creative mind that I want to own my business, I want to, I wouldn't say do it for financial reasons, like that shouldn't be your core, that will come, but do it for you, in a sense that it's called the entrepreneur bug, only if you have it. It's a constant thing in the back of your mind, wanting to own your business. And you, like I said earlier, it's not for the faint of heart. There are certain individuals out there that have the entrepreneur bug but don't know where to start. And that's where I come in. Being an Entrepreneur Incorporated is my company that I started. And it started because, I'm going to say the name because they're well known, LegalZoom. That's where it started from. I decided to go to LegalZoom because they were a trusted company. And I pretty much spent hella money that I didn't need to spend. And the services I paid for I didn't even get or was half done. And then I started LegalZoom. I had started my nonprofit. I started my Espero Cafe business, which is a whole bean coffee sale e-commerce business where we roast the coffee and we do the distribution and everything, but that has to be in the back end for now. But the third time when I was doing this LLC, being an entrepreneur, I did it myself, and that's where the learning came from, and I became a registered agent for the state of California. So now I'm able to do what LegalZoom can do for a fraction of the cost. So I'm able to pretty much start your business, whether you want to be an LLC, partnership, nonprofit, limited partnership, any entity that you would like, and pretty much make it incorporated and legitimate within the state of California. I'm able to go outside of California, but right now I want to focus in California because I understand the laws and the regulations, and I understand the taxes at the end of the year. So I want to start where I know most information. So it's been an exciting journey. We just got product in, so if you are going to be starting services with being an Entrepreneur Incorporated, you're going to be a partner. And the great thing about being a partner is like you're part of the family pretty much, because what people don't know is that when you own a business, you need a registered agent to be in compliance with state laws and federal laws. So what does that mean? It means that there's legal documents that you have to file yearly, and it's within certain time frame when you get incorporated or when you become established publicly. And that's what got me. I realized when I had paid $250 to get a registered agent that I could have gone somewhere else that was cheaper, but I went with LegalZoom because they're a trusted company. But my experience with them, it was hard. It was like, I would get emails like, you have to file this document and it's going to cost you $100, or you have to file this document and this document is going to cost you $150. And it was like racking up the bills. I'm like, I'm a college student my senior year. I only work part-time. I don't have the kind of funds to do it. So long story short, I filed myself, learned. It was hard. It's not easy. Became registered agent for the state of California, and now I know how to do what they do, but for a fraction of the cost. So for me, if you start services with being an entrepreneur, my registered agent fee is only $50 a year. But I don't end there. I make sure that you're operational with our services alongside, because although LegalZoom filed documentation for me to be legalized, it didn't prepare me for everything else. And it was a struggle. I had to find a website, I had to find a POS system, I had to find so much that came into it. And I learned the third time around that I was going to do it myself. So again, drifting from the actual question, if you're deciding to start a business, just know it's going to be a roller coaster. You're going to have good days and bad days, and you're going to be working X amount of hours different days at a time. And for me, I'm grateful that currently I'm just studying to get my certification in HR. So I'm aiming to have 3 by the end of next year, and that's just gonna pilot my career in human resources. And I love what I do, so I wouldn't let go of my 9 to 5. I consider my businesses as passive income. And if you think about it, if you're a consumer, you're spending, but if you're a business owner, you're making profit. And there are business expenses, but there's a lot of business expenses that can be a tax write-off under business expense. There's a whole list that I can give you. So there are some benefits, like my office is in my home. I can claim a percentage of my office and tax that off at the end of the year. And most of my materials, like if I were to buy a new laptop, that's a tax write-off. Anything regarding your business is a business expense, so you can write that off. Some people travel for business, that's a write-off. Some people use their vehicle for business, that's a write-off. Internet, that's a write-off. So there's a lot of benefits, and I would recommend for those that are interested in starting is keeping your 9 to 5 and have your business on the side as a form of passive income, but treat it as a project. And let's say if you reach a point with your business where you can actually leave your 9 to 5 if you want to and focus more on your business, make sure it's at a point where your business's revenue is matching your 9 to 5 salary or hourly wage. That would be a good time to decide whether you want to keep your 9 to 5 and have that stable income, or focus on your business where it can grow even more if you put more time into it. I've always been like a multitasker. I've always been active in several different things. It's crazy by the hour. Like I'll go here and then here and here. Always been this way. So some cons is that it's hard in the beginning and you're not going to make any money. Ideally, you want to get yourself set up within a good 3 months. And the reason being is because within that 3 months, you're dishing out money to start your business. But here's the thing, I did say that I can help you become operational. So I can help you become operational with services that already exist, but at low cost. I can get you a website through Square. I can get you set up with a business email through Workspace, which is Gmail. I could get you set up with a business phone, landline if you want to, through Vonage, because I'm in partner with them. So literally my monthly cost is not that much, like probably under $200 to run it. And I have 3 different websites and 2 business numbers. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's pretty cool. It's fun. I see it as fun. Like I don't know. It's fun. It's really fun. I don't mind it. It's hard. Like you'll have your hard days. Like this right here is my preferred outfit. Like, but minus the hat, my hair is all messed up. I'm gonna post a video soon after this one about the real life of an entrepreneur. You're not dressed up most days. You're in sweats, pajamas, whichever you prefer, leggings. It's not pretty, but the work done after you do it is cool. It's really cool, and it's very satisfying. But if you do it primarily for the money, you're not gonna last, because you have to have that passion and that will and that want to make your business better. And if you don't have that and you're solely doing it for the money, you're not gonna last. You're gonna get burnt out. You're gonna be like, why am I not making any money? I've been in business for 6 months. In all reality, unless you get yourself set up properly, then you can start making revenue. But again, you gotta figure out, am I meeting a need? Is it a necessity? Or is it solving a problem? And the reason why you have to think about it is because whether you create a product or service, you have to make sure it's in demand. And what that means is that consumers are willing to purchase. Consumers are willing to buy. And for whatever reason, that product or service that you're implementing, if it solves a need, a necessity, or solves a problem, you have a higher chance of doing successful in the market. And the market is the consumer buying the product. So there's a lot of back end that you have to think about the product or service that you're trying to start. And there is a niche as well. So there's a lot of factors to consider when starting a business. People can start businesses and be unsuccessful and eventually go bankrupt. I assure you that I won't get you there, because I will be with you throughout the whole entire time. I mentioned earlier that we're partners, and I say this because when I first started out, I wished I had someone to hold my hand and show me the way. And after I was done with legalism, I was like, it didn't have to be this hard. It didn't have to be this hard. It didn't have to cost as much that I put out. And I just knew that there was another alternative. So I created my own business, and now I can do what legalism can do. And that's just the story of being an entrepreneur incorporated. There's some stats that I wanted to introduce. Here's a website from sbcsenate.gov, minority entrepreneur. 50% out of 2 million new businesses are started by minorities. Out of 2 million new businesses are started by minorities, and create about 4.7 million jobs. So there are benefits in being a business owner. And I'm not going to go to the economics of it. Like, if you're a business owner, you create jobs, the statistics for jobs in the United States goes up, right? If you're a business owner, you pay more taxes, helps with the financial deficit of the United States. There's a lot of benefits, but being a business owner, you get benefits because you have the opportunity to partner with other companies, and you can get a percentage, a commission, working with them, right? You can use social media marketing, which is free, and advertise your business. And I help you learn those things because I'm doing it. I will not teach you something that I personally don't do. And I'm just sharing my knowledge because, like I said, it didn't have to be as hard as it was for me. It didn't. So I just wanted to put it out there. There's a few reasons why entrepreneurs would consider entrepreneurship is because flexibility, potential for passive income, increase in monetary value, which is profits. Like I mentioned earlier, the difference between a consumer, they spend, a business owner, they make profit because they're providing a product or service that is in need or necessity or people like. So you have an increased amount of potential to receive profits, and there's no cap. So just imagine with e-commerce, especially in the internet today, you're reaching a wide range of consumers, and if they see value in your product, then they will purchase. So I actually have a sponsor for today's video. This microphone by Stellar. I'm gonna do an unboxing, but if you can hear, if I'm gonna do a clip, one with A, the microphone, and then B, my other microphone that I purchased the first time. So if you can hear a difference between A, the Stellar microphone, or B, this microphone I purchased my first time, let me know in the comments. Because I can't hear it right now because I turned down the volume. But let me know in the comments. I've used it, and the sound quality, there's a difference from this microphone compared to the first one that I had purchased. So this is what it looks like opening the box. I'm gonna just take this guy out. I'm gonna put this to the side. And it's a nice case, right? Put your microphone in. It's nice, and it's light too. And I'm just gonna open this guy. Cool, and it has the case as well. Some instructions. I'm gonna put this to the side as well. I'm gonna put this here. And you have the actual mic. It's a nice size, it's not too big. But the sound quality on it is really, really cool. And you actually have this guy, which helps with the quality of the mic, and there are two components that you actually need in order to use this mic. Let me go ahead and show you what that looks like now. I'm gonna put this guy in. So I'll close this guy. So you do need a phantom box, one that looks like this. It doesn't have to be exactly, it just has to be 48-volt phantom and an XLR cable to XLR cable. This comes with this, and I'm just gonna put it away. I'm gonna try out the mic and we can test the sound quality from the first mic I purchased compared to this mic here. So far so good though. I tested the quality. It's really good quality. There's a huge difference, you can tell. But that is it for the review. Let me know if you can tell the difference between A and B. I'm going to post a little clip in comparison of microphone A and B. A being the Stellar TZ and B being the other microphone that I purchased on Amazon. So this is the TZ Stellar. Let me know which one you prefer. So this is Audio B. Please let me know in the comments which one is better. That's it for today's podcast. Thank you for joining. Hello, gorgeous. Very excited. If you want to see more podcasts, it's free. You just gotta watch it. If you want to subscribe to keep current, I post videos about the second week of the month. But yeah, thank you for watching, and you guys have a great day.